Welcome to Wealth Coffee Chats, folks, for your daily live updates. Get the most out of today's episode by participating in the chat. Make sure you ask some questions, be part of the conversation, have a bit of fun, grab a coffee or a tea, take some notes, and get ready to start your day, folks. Quick few housekeeping rules, though. No spamming, no advertising or self-promotion in the chat. That's not on. Be kind and respectful to everyone when participating. And most of all, have a good time. Real estate investing can be your biggest asset. It also can be your most expensive asset when it comes to getting it right or getting it wrong, folks. It can be time-consuming, stressful, and that's why here at Positive, we have what's called a 6-star team, a full-service team that provides integrated wealth and property investing solutions and services simply designed to help you progress towards your goal of passive income through your property portfolio, folks. Make sure you check out our other podcasts on the Positive Mentor Network. Not only is there Wealth Coffee Chats, there's the Urban Property Investor. Drops every Wednesday with straight talking investing strategies and lessons with Sam Saggers. Property Investor Tales. This is where our clients, you guys, share real life stories from property investing, hosted by some of our advisors and strategists. And that's done every fortnight, dropping every Monday. Wealth, Wine and Wisdom, folks, that debriefs the week that was in the world of finance and property, hosted by yours truly, Jason Witten and Andy Fenton on Fridays. Hey, good morning, folks.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat.
Hope you're well, folks, wherever you are.
There it is, team. Morning. Morning, wherever you're tuning in from today.
Early bird gets the worm, they say. Here at Positive, we offer a 6-star team. It's a team that help you at every stage of your wealth creation journey.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. How good's the new intro? Just a bit of a shout out if you like it. We love a bit of feedback, so thanks to our production team, Warren, Marty, and the crew. Good stuff, team. Wealth Coffee Chats, 8:10 here in Queensland, Brisbane, where I'm shooting in from. Morning to you guys. Here for an edition of Property Management. I missed out last week, so I'm back. I'm back, team. Here for another episode, here for another session with you guys. Kind of felt like I missed out. I was on a plane to Canberra exploring some new property, and it's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Some interesting topics. So, if you are here for the first time, welcome along. Wealth Coffee Chats, property management editions on Wednesdays. You might have noticed a bit of the intro there, a few new faces. We've got Finance Fridays. I think we've got Tax Tuesdays. Daniel was here yesterday. So, of course, we will miss Jason. He'll be back. He'll be back shortly, team. He'll be back shortly. But there you go. All right, team, let's head into it. So I might just start off and kick this off. Give us a bit of a shout out in the chat. I'm still learning the buttons, team, but if you haven't met me before, my name is Sjostedt, here representing the property management team, as I said, here for the R&W network, part of the 6-star team, your team, here to bring you some news. How do we hold property? What are the challenges involved? We're going to work that out together, usually on a Wednesday, and we answer all things about how do we, maximize rents, how do we work through tenancy management, and all sorts of things that goes on when it comes to holding property. So if you guys are cool with that, we will get this off. As always, questions in the chat, team. Love a bit of banter. Any topics, questions, things come up during the presentation or ongoing, please pop that in the chat for me as well. So today's topic, see if you guys in here. Shabab's on here. Unfortunately, you've got me today, Shabab, not Jason, but I'll do my best to fill those shoes. So, team, if you are tuning in from anywhere special today, let me know in the chat. Sometimes we get some people tuning in from Bali and overseas and whatnot. So, if you're on a holiday, let me know. But today's topic, team, as I get the pointers up on the screen, is how to avoid this one thing to secure tenants faster. If you've been tuning in for the last 12 months and you've been here on a Wednesday, then you might know what one of these things might be. So please pop that in the chat. But, team, I've been doing this 14 years now, I think 14, going into my 14th year. Along the way, you find out what works, what doesn't. And what I've been asked a lot of lately, probably in the last 12 months, is this one thing. And I just wanted to highlight it this morning, talk to you guys about it, maybe get some feedback from you and your experiences. But it's how to avoid this one thing and secure tenants faster. So if you know what it is, pop it in the chat for me. If you don't, that's okay. I'm going to give you the answer anyway, because I get asked this a lot, team. I get asked this a lot. The question I get asked is, hey, my property is vacant and it's in a hot market, right? I think we all agree vacancy rates nationally across the capital cities are relatively low, given history. And one of the things that can affect a longer vacancy in your time is around price, presentation, promotion, which we have covered in the past. But today I want to specifically talk about floor plans. Interestingly enough, over the last 12 months, one of the questions I get asked is, hey, how is my floor plan going to affect my ability to rent this property out, maximize my rent? Now, it's interesting because I think from what I'm feeling out there, what I observe, what a lot of the conversation, the questions I get asked is, hey, I'm looking to buy this property. What do you think of the floor plan? Is it functional? A tenant's going to like it? And it's a really important question. And I'm going to share an example today of a situation, of a scenario where at purchase price, perhaps they didn't really deep dive or review the floor plan. The property's now gone to market. It's 50 days on the market in a market where the vacancy rates are sitting at around 1.5%, and everything else around it's renting out. Now we can't change the location of the property. I think you guys would agree. We can't change necessarily walls and floor plans all the time, right? Depending on the property you have. Literally the only thing you can change when you get in that scenario, when you've been on the market for 50 days, is generally price. Now, in this scenario that I'm going to share, market rent, $600 per week, 4-bedroom home, family-orientated demographic and suburb. And I want to share with you kind of the tenant sentiment out there, what they're looking for. Because team, if we don't have a property today that meets the tenant's demand of today, then we're likely to have a challenge, right? And we don't always like challenges, right? But we know we got to kick that hurdle, jump over that post, and get on to the next one. So there you go. Tando's on. Morning, mate. Hope you're well. Thanks for tuning in, mate, as always. So one of the things, right? So how does your floor plan influence rents? How does your floor plan influence vacancy? How does your floor plan influence the demand of today's tenant? Now, property, what I've always talked about is, having a property that meets a level of security, a level of comfort, a level of potentially efficiency when it comes to like energy efficient items and things like that. But overall, you want to have a home that for the tenant, there's a great experience. Now, if we provide great experiences, we meet all the things that they want, tenants are likely to stay a little bit longer, right? If you guys agree, pop them in the chat. We know that the longer your tenant stays in the property, the less wear and tear, and the more sort of net revenue coming through. So here goes me on the tech again, team. So bear with me. Let's try and get this screen up. I want to show you guys a live example. All right, I'll flick that there. If you guys can see that nice and clearly and big on your screen, you can just give me a yes in the chat. Make sure that is working, because I did have a crack at this morning and it wasn't. So maybe someone in the chat can just go, yes, I can see your screen. You can see you should be able to see a floor plan right in front of you. Hopefully you can. If there's no no's, I'm going to assume you guys can see it. So this is the example. This is an example of a 4-bedroom home in a market. Like I say, market rent $600 per week. Yes, Sarah says yes. Dave says yes. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. So this home, like I say, demographic, family-orientated area, $600 per week. Vacancy rate super low. Should rent, right? Floor plan looks relatively well. A couple of things I really want to highlight why this property stood on the market for 50 days and why the ultimate result was a $50 a week adjustment in rent, right? So the outcome was $550, was two things. Now, if I get my pen right, I want to highlight this patio area, right? So you see on the left-hand side, and maybe I can zoom in a little bit for you guys. The patio there, you might see the measurements. On the right-hand side is more the site plan. And then this kitchen area, right? So a lot of the feedback we got in this particular home, again, keep in mind the prospective renters were families given the area, 4-bedroom homes, was that, hey, the home's in a great location. The home presents really well. It's not necessarily the price. It's two things. We want a larger kitchen. We didn't maybe want a kitchenette style of floor plan, and there was no second living area, and the patio was super small. Now we can't necessarily change that. That doesn't mean you've bought the wrong investment or anything like that. All the point I'm trying to make today, team, is to just take a second to review floor plans. It's really important to understand the demographic of tenant in the location that you are buying, and obviously that's what I do on a day-to-day basis with clients around the country. Part of the Six-Star team, of course, because here's what. Let's try and move this slide along, team. No, let's get rid of that. I told you I'm good on the tech team. So here is a screenshot of what the back of the property looked like. So I'm putting that floor plan into real life here. Now what you'll see is this patio area here. If you can see my little scribble along there, you might have noticed on there was a 1.3 measurement and about a 3-4 meter wide area. For a lot of prospective renters that came through, they couldn't see themselves living or having that functional floor plan suit their needs. A lot of families in Australia, we all like to entertain. We like to have people around, friends around, have a barbecue. Given this type of design, it didn't fit their needs. And so what happened was renters were going to other properties in the area for a similar price point, and securing homes with a larger undercover patio area. So I guess the point here is, team, is have a think about how does my home fit the criteria of being able to entertain and have friends around. This was one of the key factors that, look, the owner couldn't change at this point in time, right? We can't change some things, but we're certainly going to have conversations about how we improve that feature into the future to make the home more desirable, to make the home provide a better experience for the renter. So if that makes sense, thumbs up in the chat maybe, but that's just one of the ideas around the floor plan. So ultimately we had to adjust the rent, as I said, in that space. Now, what does a good example look like when it comes to floor plans? And I've just picked out a random apartment that we previously leased at the end of last year in Melbourne. So I'm going to give you two examples. One's an apartment. The next one I'll show you is a house. Now, when you're looking at this sort of stuff, this to me presents a more functional floor plan, and ultimately this attracted a lot of interest, and we got the property rented at above market value. What you'll notice here, team, nice open floor plan between kitchen and living. You'll notice a bit of a walk-in pantry, so that was a nice feature for this particular apartment. And obviously, since COVID, there's a lot of work from home activity, and I suppose with this particular property, where this property was located, the demographic of renter in Melbourne, there's a lot of single and couple professionals, and when you are in a market where there's a lot of professionals, you might get that work from home scenario. And so what happened was people that had come through here saw real good value in not just obviously the bedrooms here and here. Obviously, we're having the ensuite as well, which was nice. But the study, the open floor plan, the walk-in pantry, it really provided some extra level of functional space and activity compared to a standard 2-bedroom apartment with no study, no storage space, these sorts of things. One of the things here as well was obviously that really ticked the boxes for a lot of people was the balcony space. Huge balcony space there. What's that 20, 30 square meters of balcony space there. And that provided a real good spot for people to, enjoy and entertain and things like that, as we said before. So again, not all apartments have this. Of course, I understand there's price points and all that sort of stuff that comes with this sort of product. But again, just an example of how a floor plan, when really designed well, that can really help you achieve minimizing your vacancy and increasing your rents. Now, obviously, part of the Six-Star team, the great thing is a lot of the coaching team, the acquisitions team, the real estate team, this is what they look for, team, and then I can come in on the back and help you give you some feedback on what the demand of today's tenant looked like. If you're looking to purchase a home recently, here's another example. Again, this is a big 4 or 5 bedroom home, family orientated area here in Brisbane. Again, I won't sort of bore you with all the detail, but one of the things we wanted to highlight here was the second family space. You can think about it, like mum, dad, 1, 2, 3 kids maybe. They want a second living area. The mum and dad can stay downstairs with the kitchen area, overlooking that outdoor entertaining patio area. The kids can have a space upstairs for a second family space. So, team, these are some of the things that I think we certainly want to look at and review when it comes to your next purchase, your current purchase. If you've got an older property, 10, 20, 30 years old, you're looking at renovating or changing floor plans, you've got to look at how does that present to the marketplace in 2025? Is the tenant of today going to be attracted to that quality of property? So hopefully that's a bit of insight for you guys, because I get that question asked a lot, team, a lot. And once it's built, as per that first example, it's more challenging when it comes to being on the market and getting that property rented. So hopefully, team, that has given you guys a bit of a review into how floor plans can influence your level of vacancy and how to maximize your rents. Ultimately, we want to help you maintain and grow your wealth, and there's one of the things that you need to avoid when it comes to that. So if you're looking to purchase, if you're looking to get a review, certainly speak to a professional. Drop me a note. Talk to your coaching team. I think it's really important to review that sort of stuff, team. Otherwise, like the example I shared this morning, 50 days vacant. No one wants that, I'm sure. As always, team. So, team, that's me. Done and dusted for today. That went really quick. Hopefully that was all right. If you've got any questions, drop me on the email link below. Be great to hear from you guys. And don't forget, tomorrow as well, we are back for another edition of Wealth Coffee Chats, 8:10 Queensland time. And I'm sure there'll be another member of the 6-star team jumping on as well. So, team, that's me. Over and out. Thanks for joining. I will see you guys next Wednesday. But don't forget, tomorrow, another episode of Wealth Coffee Chats. All right, catch you, team.
Thanks for watching another episode of Wealth Coffee Chat, folks. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you never miss a thing when we go live. Improve your portfolio and investing game, folks, with Wealth Coffee Chats live every morning at 8:10 each weekday. Make sure you join us. Previous episodes are also available wherever you get your podcasts, folks, as well as our other podcasts from the 6-star team here at positivementor.com.au.